The West, where innovation, reinvention, tenacity and pride run generations deep. And at the heart, a world-class university epitomising these values. A place where the opportunity for success is everywhere, for everyone. Where learning is a carefully navigated journey, where every student is important. Ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities, with enviable facilities and industry links, and a reinvented first year like no other. Here in the West, people know about working hard, about growing, evolving, about succeeding. And when you leave with your degree, you will too. Victoria University, world class in the West.
Congratulations and welcome to your graduation ceremony. You may not realise it, but as well as the shiny new qualification you're about to receive, you're also now part of the VU alumni family. But what is that exactly? I'm glad you asked. It's been a global community since 1916, a network of over 240,000 across 130 countries, and still growing. As VU alumni, you'll stay connected and we'll keep you in the loop. Whether it's careers support, industry and research connections, personal and professional development and mentoring programs, or exclusive alumni events. And into the future, as your own career grows, you can support other proud graduates by speaking at events, classes and graduations, becoming a mentor, shaping courses offered to future students at VU, placing students for industry experience, or supporting the Scholarships Fund. So no matter where you end up, you're part of the VU alumni family. So stay in touch. If your contact info changes, let us know. Keep active on LinkedIn, join our Facebook page, and show your VU pride with hashtag VU alumni. Welcome to the VU alumni family. Success happens together.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request your silence so that graduates can be briefed on what they need to do today.
Good afternoon, graduates. Welcome and congratulations. For more than 100 years, VU has created opportunities for students in the west of Melbourne and beyond, because we believe that everyone has the potential to find their own version of victory when they're empowered with knowledge, skills and confidence. Victory is about having a goal and pursuing it despite obstacles. We believe that with time and determination you can achieve what you set out to do, just as you're all demonstrating today. I'd now like to run through what you need to know for the ceremony. Ask that you please check that your name matches the label that is on your chair. If it doesn't, if you could please raise your hand and someone will come to see you. Official proceedings will begin with the arrival of the university procession, followed by the Australian National Anthem. We'll ask you to stand for both of those, and please remember to remove your cap when the anthem is played. Following this, there will be a number of speeches. Next, it will be your turn to take the stage. An usher will collect you when it is time for you to receive your award. Please remain in your seat until you have been escorted to the side of the stage, and please do not bring anything with you to the side of the stage. Once you have reached the side of the stage, we will check your regalia to ensure that you're looking your best. You will then be handed a cue card. Your cue card will have your name printed on it, and please check that this information is correct with our staff and ensure that you keep it with you at all times. Once you reach the top of the stage, you'll hand your cue card to the stage marshal at the side. As soon as your name is called, you'll doff your cap to the presiding officer in the centre of the stage and walk towards them. You will receive your certificate tube and you'll smile for the photographer located at the bottom of the stairs. You'll then walk down the stairs and return to your seat. Please remain in your seat until the ceremony ends. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you'll be asked to stand as the university procession leaves the auditorium. Ushers will then guide graduates to follow. A reminder that all graduation guests, we do ask that you do remain in your seats until the procession and graduates have departed. A reminder that all graduation gowns must be returned no later than 1 hour following the conclusion of the ceremony. Upon returning your gown, you'll be handed your certificate, your official documents. The certificate tube that you receive on stage is for ceremonial purposes only. Before we commence, can I please ensure that you've switched your phones to silent for the duration of the ceremony? Guests, you're more than welcome to take photographs. However, we do ask that you do so from your seats for safety reasons. In the event of an emergency requiring evacuation, we ask that you please follow the directions of the VRC wardens to the most appropriate assembly point. Once again, congratulations on your great achievement. Today, we welcome you to our VU alumni family, one full of graduates who have gone on to transform industries, lives and communities. Thank you.
Graduands and guests, I now invite you to stand for the arrival of the university procession.
Please be seated. Chancellor, University Council, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, families and friends. It is with pleasure that I welcome you to Victoria University's graduation ceremony for the College of Arts and Education. My name is Susan Young and I'm the Dean of Students at Victoria University and your MC for today. On behalf of my fellow Victoria University staff, I extend a warm welcome and congratulate all graduands on their achievements today. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, we acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Burrong and Woiwurrung of the Kulin, who are the traditional owners of university land. As we share our own knowledge practices within the university, may we pay respect to the deep knowledge embedded within the Aboriginal community and their ownership of country. We acknowledge that the land on which we meet is the place of age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal, and that the Kulin people's living culture has a unique role in the life of this region. Now, before we undertake the conferral of awards, I would like to invite Dr. George Uwama to present today's occasional address. George is the President and Vice-Chancellor at Quest University, Canada. George has endeavoured to support student success throughout his entire career and has a wealth of experience as a professor, university administrator, community leader and public servant. George holds a PhD in zoology from the University of British Columbia, where he later served on faculty for 15 years. He also gained international experience at the Max Planck Institute for Experimental Medicine in Göttingen, Germany. He is a comparative physiologist with an interest in the stress responses in fish. He has published 140 peer-reviewed scientific papers and edited 2 books. Now, would you all please welcome Dr. George Uwama.
Thank you very much for that generous address and introduction. Marilyn and I are honored to be here with you on this very auspicious and special day. We bring you greetings from Quest University, which is located in Squamish, British Columbia, about halfway between Vancouver and Whistler, the ski resort. It's nestled in a beautiful valley of mountains next to the ocean, and we welcome a visit from any of you, anytime. But today is your day. Congratulations. The theses, the papers, the tests, the assignments are all done. Doesn't it feel good? Oh, can't imagine. I think the only more joyous faces I see are the relieved parents. It's finally done. I know that for many of you, you're the first of your family to come to university, and how big an accomplishment this is. It's huge. And you are taking forward the reputation of this wonderful university. Victoria University, I have found in my short experience with your university, a special place where staff, faculty, students are passionate about this institution. They're also a brave bunch. Victoria University has decided to convert its entire first-year program to something called the block program. Quest University operates entirely on the block, where for 3.5 weeks you take one course at a time, and then the next course, as opposed to, as I did and you did, taking several courses at a time. It allows for deeper concentration and engagement, student support and success. It's a very good model. I come from a very small university that's very young. Victoria University, through this courageous initiative, will be the university the world looks to in terms of how to implement this block system in a large, comprehensive university. I've encouraged the people to understand, record how this is being done. But that aside, I think that I applaud you for finishing your curriculum and soon to be graduates of Victoria University. It's a wonderful, wonderful occasion. I'd encourage you to follow your heart. I've had many jobs in my life and experience at several universities. And that's the background from which I tell you this. Oftentimes, as we consider what next piece of training or job we might consider, we know deep in our hearts what the right thing, what you want to do. You can construct all the pros and cons list you want, but many times we know what we want to do. I encourage you to have the courage to listen to that voice and go forward. In the meantime, all of the good people at Victoria University will continue their sincere and hard efforts in improving the curriculum, the programming, increasing the value of that degree you'll be receiving today as you cross this stage. I encourage you, therefore, to go forward and carry the name of this university into the world as you will. It's been said that there are two kinds of education: the kind that you need to live, and the kind that you have to live to get. Through the excellent programming, the mentoring and teaching you received at this fine institution, you have received the first kind of education, and you're about to embark on the second, lessons that only life can teach you. And as you do that, I encourage you to keep a keen eye for the opportunities that lie ahead to improve this world that needs graduates, engaged citizens like you are and you will be. I encourage you to do so with a compassionate heart with those with whom we share this world. And I wish this to happen in good health for you, that it can go on for a very long time. Thank you very much, and best wishes.
Thank you, George, for your encouraging words. I would now like to invite Chancellor Mr. George Pappas, AO, to speak to you. The Chancellor's role is to chair the Council and to guide the strategic direction of the University. Thank you, Chancellor.
Thank you very much, Susan. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, Dr. Iwama, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, families and friends, can I extend my welcome to all of you, and especially a welcome to those who are graduating today. We're also delighted to have colleagues here with us from one of our partner institutions in Asia. Our partnerships throughout Asia, very important to us, provide wonderful pathway opportunities for students to study at Victoria University through institutions like Hanoi University. Welcome to you. And I'm sure we're going to create opportunities for students to study at Quest University through the relationship that we're developing with Dr. Iwama's institution. As our occasional speaker said, today's your day. Today is the day that you celebrate because you've taken the opportunity that Victoria University has given you and you've achieved success. And this success is your success. In doing this, you've demonstrated a capacity to set goals and to work hard to achieve them. You've shown persistence and determination. And I have no doubt that most of you have learnt the art of juggling priorities. Many of you have overcome challenges in order to complete your studies. These are not just qualities that have enabled you to gain this well-earned qualification. They are qualities that will assist you as you build your career. Your success in getting here today is one of the many successes that you will enjoy in life. So be proud of what you've achieved. And know that your parents, your families, your friends, and all the staff who have been part of your life with us, and your time with us, are equally delighted with your success. You're graduating from a university that is highly regarded, not just nationally, but internationally. Victoria University is ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide. It's also been ranked as number 56 of the universities, all the universities in the world that are less than 50 years old. And we're 55 in the inaugural Asia Pacific University rankings. This is a great achievement for such a young university. And all of these rankings are from the prestigious and authoritative Times Higher Education World University Survey. The success of our university is your success. It gives prestige to your qualification, and you can proudly claim that you're a graduate of one of the world's best universities. You can say that you're a graduate of a modern university that has done its best to equip you to meet the needs of our 21st century community. We're investing in new and innovative ways to create the best student experience possible, and I'd like to tell you about a couple of those initiatives that are leading the way in the university sector. As Dr. Iwama said, we're introducing our new first-year model, which will introduce an education approach that is the first of its kind in Australia. Indeed, we will be one of the very few universities in the world that uses this system. We're going to have small classes of 40 students to replace large lectures. We'll teach our courses in single, sequential, 4-week blocks. The face-to-face contact between teachers and students will increase substantially. And the 21st century skills that are demanded by employers, critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration in teams, communications abilities, will all be embedded in all of our courses. And then, of course, there is the other innovation that we're so proud of. Our innovation in the education of our students to improve and increase their entrepreneurial capabilities. This is the hangar. The hangar is the centrepiece of those efforts. A couple of years ago, we engaged one entrepreneur in residence as a bit of an experiment. Now we have 3. The hangar is there for all of the students of the university and all of our alumni. It also serves as a source of advice for a growing number of businesses in the west of Melbourne. These and other innovations continue our tradition of preparing students for the real world of work. And as our reputation builds because of these initiatives, the value of your qualification will grow. We're not an ivory tower university, but one that is open and accessible to all. We want to be a university without boundaries. And our many partnerships with industry and community are one way of achieving this aspiration. These partnerships provide countless opportunities for our students: placements and work-integrated learning, research projects, and pathways to future employment. We also care deeply about the health and prosperity of our community, and particularly the west of Melbourne. The Brimbank initiative is one example of a concerted effort to improve the health and well-being of a local community. The West of Melbourne Economic Development Alliance, led by Victoria University, chaired by the Honourable Steve Bracks, is developing strategies to increase investment and employment in this rapidly growing region of the City of Melbourne. Today, we're graduating students from the College of Arts and Education, and I'd like to say a few things about this college. Within your college, the opportunity was given to VU students in 2016, 2017 to perform a dramatic piece about their experiences of education at the iconic La Mama Theatre. And student enrichment programs through our role as education partner of the Malthouse Theatre has been provided to you. We're also a partner in the National Teaching in Disadvantaged Schools program. VU are educational sponsors of Open Channel's Generation Next conference and the Setting Sun Film Festival's Secondary School Film Award. The college offers internships at the Melbourne International Jazz Festival, at Channel 31, the Western Bulldogs Football Club, Maribyrnong City Council, and Writers Victoria, who are proud sponsors of VU in its 17th year of student and of the student-led Offset Literary Journal. One of the things that's impressed me recently is the impact that Victoria University is having on educational innovation in the whole of Australia. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the work of the Mitchell Institute, which is part of Victoria University. It issued another of its reports today. It's advanced thinking from early childhood development through secondary education, through entrepreneurial education, vocational education, and higher education. And Harold Mitchell, who gave us an endowment in order to fund the Mitchell Institute, said to us at a dinner last year that he finally appreciated the value of the Mitchell Institute when he saw his name in government policy papers on education and government proposals to improve the level of education in this country. And of course, there is our AVID program, Advancement via Individual Determination, which I think will play an increasingly important part in your further education as teachers. Last week, I had the privilege of launching AVID's Summer Institute, where they gather teachers from around Australia for a 3-day training program in the AVID School Improvement Methodology. There are 420 teachers there, double the number from last year, from 40 schools around Australia, as well as visitors from the United States and, of course, people who are going to be teachers in our first-year college. The enthusiasm of that group of teachers was very infectious, and it again reinforced to me that these innovations, this kind of advanced thinking, the methodologies that we've developed at Victoria University, and of course our first year program next year, are going to have a profound impact on the shape of education in Australia, and you should all be very proud of that. Because as you graduate and you leave us to embark on your career, I think you should also consider how you might use the skills that you've acquired to strengthen the communities from which you've come, or the new communities that you are destined to become part of. Today, over 220 of you will graduate. I encourage you to remain connected to the VU community as a member of the Alumni Association so that you can continue to build your personal and professional networks. And I have no doubt that you will be wonderful ambassadors for Victoria University. So I congratulate all of you again. And I want to say something to all of those who are here but are not part of the graduating class, the family, the friends, the supporters, because what I want to say to you is this is a celebration. Now, I say this because, graduation ceremonies are a reflection of a lot of history and a lot of formality. And sometimes they can be taken excessively seriously. They can be long and boring and drawn out. I hope my speech has been the most boring part of the ceremony today, because the next part, when our students come out on stage to receive their degrees, should be the focus of celebration. And when I say celebration, I don't just mean a polite round of applause. I mean very loud applause, and you are allowed to cheer at Victoria University. We're not one of these old and stuffy traditional hidebound institutions. We celebrate the success of our students, and every student who comes up here to receive their degrees deserves your loudest acclaim and your loudest support. I awarded a special prize to the audience at this morning's graduation ceremony. They are one of the most enthusiastic groups of people that I have encountered in my 8 years as Chancellor, and I set this challenge for you. See if you can do better than them. Now, this is the important part of the ceremony, because you're all keen students of the English language. You've noted that I've been calling you graduands, and that's because you haven't quite graduated yet. But I'm going to turn you into graduates in just a moment. And to help me, I call upon the Deputy Chair of the Academic Board, Associate Professor Tom Clark, to present the authorised record of all conferred graduates for this ceremony and for those in absentia. Thank you, Associate Professor Clark. Now, graduands, please stand. Just hold your applause for just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment. Because I have to say the magic words. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Victoria University, I admit the duly authorised graduates to the appropriate awards and to all the rights and all of the privileges of those awards. Congratulations, and now you can cheer and clap. Thank you. Now, just save some of the clapping for the individual students. So remain standing, graduates. You're all now graduates. And you're going to do some complex tasks during the course of the afternoon. The first complex task that I'm going to give you, except for those on stage, is to turn around. See if you can turn around while you're standing. That's very good. Well done. Face your family and friends and your supporters, and you give them a round of applause to say thank you. Thank you for all your help in getting us here today. Thank you, family and friends. You may turn around and resume your seats.
Thank you, Chancellor. I now call upon the Dean of the College of Arts and Education, Professor Rob Strathdee.
Chancellor, I am honoured to present the graduates from the College of Arts and Education. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Arts after undertaking the major in one or more of the following: Community Development, Communication Studies, Gender Studies, Sociology, History, Literary Studies, Visual Arts, Political Science and Legal Studies. Ben Azea Iha Bakush. Shika Chand. Natasha Dujic Kitch. Argentina Ianenzo Ziao. Susan Na'u. Sarach. Oh, sorry.
You are terribly polite and very quiet. Where's the enthusiasm? I said you got a challenge. That's better. Please proceed.
Sarach Daigu. Moses Yuli Ni. Simona Salavoska. Jennifer Nelson. Kushla Egan. Madeline Dyker. Emily Parker. Joseph Esper. Daniel Kuhl. Michael Luol. Rosemary Collins. Philiomena Divito. Sinab Shika. Sophia Van Den Ham. Athena Arlandu. Bailey Oliver. Simon Omot. Florida Petter. Zerbib Teklai. Martin Thiong. Estelle Tuol. following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Community Development. Manuel Alert. Melanie Augustine. Baraka KJ Ragige. Greta Frederick. Tanya Horuke. Nibrit Kessa. Voluto Meredith. Woohoo! Yeah. Malia O'Brien. Wakiam Sora Novo Vina. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Creative Industries after taking one or more of the following majors: creative writing, digital media, or fine arts. Joseph Kihoe. Sosali Da Young. Ryan Allman. Georgia Thomas. Peter Simons. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Criminal Justice: Madeline Armstrong. Zoe Charles. Molly Denham. Benjamin Gipp. James Kihoe. Paul Kovalchik. Futan Lee. Mackenzie Norrie. Zamira Ratman. Brooke Smale. Sharon Tuck. Hello, Sharon. Parlavale Tutia. Ooh, Richard Ding. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of International Studies: Cole Gar. Raquel Gremian. Chris Howard Gurin. Arif Indato. Emmanuel Kidanu. Christian Strano. Danielia Terina Romero. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Marketing Communication. Elise Bates. Jake Baker Daesh. Amanda Clayson. Aisel El Bob. Natalie Hoare. Sarah Laurie. Philip Lloyd. Anthony Sereno. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Music. Justine Beach. Mary Buckley. Jeremy Carew. Brandon Farrugia. Reese Cavandas. Thomas Kendall. Caitlin Kerr. Luke Linares. Perere Nishla Westman. Ethan Postlethwaite. Emily Pritchard. Iselle Q. Elliot Sawyer. Jack Shields. Evan Silliance. Susan Worth. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Professional and Creative Writing. Vilaim Buju Jupu. Sorry. Jesse Dillon. Dominic Farrelly. Jegan Jigavanthan. Shelley Payne. Liam Richards. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Screen Media. Jiho On Choi. Matthew Swan. Ziha Vanruncha. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Youth Work. Woo. Christian Atwater. Stephanie Coleman. Luciano Cornelius. Mukiro Gur. Alan Grant. Mark Grigor. Jessica Harrison. Amber Harvey. Kia Hinson. Melinda Holder. Yelvana Illich. Dean James. Eliza Candell. Marcus Kelly. Alice Knight. Ezra Court. Emily Lamos. Thomas Lloyd. Shehenes Mesli. Emily Money. Tulay Oran. Michael Parker. Heidi Puronper. Jake Robertson. Tara Shalahai. Hina Shamadaja. Elena Sanovic. Angelo Snell. Tamara Lee Taulauloso. And Chancellor, the next graduate is our valedictorian today, Zinab Tiwaldi. Jessica Tullock. Esther Wan. Tristan Whittingslow. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Youth Work, Bachelor of Sport and Recreation Management. Sheridan Bifra. Matthew Shamley. Lee Dale. Sheridan DuRose. Erin Smith. Jamie Turnbull. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Arts Honours. Eileen Gray. Gemma Simpson. Savelle Yulus. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Certificate in Digital Media. Berna Bar Lai Lai. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Counselling. Sharon Shaw. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Diploma in International Community Development. Nina Afriya. Lauren Flannery. Ragizina Taina. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Multimedia. Paul Fitzgerald. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Certificate in Tertiary Education. Tek Lama. You're right. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Primary Teaching. Dira Sayak. Turgut Fanoscu. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Secondary Education. Eileen Ibanzi Mensa. Bo Kelly. Anand Puri. Seven Risian. Paul Roast. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Certificate in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. Christopher Frankie. Thomas Ladd. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Communication. Gail Conlon. So we also have our first double celebration of this afternoon's ceremony, Chancellor. Daniel is celebrating a birthday today, and also Daniel Delina, happy birthday. A VU staff member, Simone Sempos. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Digital Media. Salvatore Baganato. It's Divia's birthday today, so a round of applause for that. Happy birthday. Emrith. Sarah Gittins. Hazel Nagari. Viviana Rojas Corindor. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Education. Sharon Keat Kua. Nicole Marie. Hayden McQueenie. Leila Musalim. Titan Mai Nguyen. Connell Riley. Anna as Sheena. Another fantastic VU staff member, Trudy Turner. Amy Van Bram. Peter Whitefield. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Health Science after undertaking the specialisations in the following: Age Services. Aganesh Nigash. Bronwyn Pascoe. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of International Community Development. Jalal Atmar. Rosmi Lopera. Manpreet Kaur. Nabila Yusuf. Batka Provis. Joey Rebeckus. The following graduates have been awarded the Masters of Teaching after undertaking the specialisations in one of the following: early childhood, primary or secondary. Daphne Lim. Liana Agthangelo. Millicent Barr. Molly Dalziel. Jessica Harvey. Mikhail Newport. Beth Redding. Sabiha Tiska. Christine Turnock. Alexandra Whale. Caitlin White. Mohammed Abdul. Mahavi Azmarsingi. Matthew Carroll. Missy Carr Davies. Jake Grenard. Matthew Lovell. Caitlin Matthews. Danielle McDowell. Brooke Middleton. Luke McColvich. Stephanie Mabolio. Ingjiz C. Christian Perron. Seg Akrika Balbu. Nicholas Sial. Taylor Shannon. Another birthday, Ileana Tolson. Samuhen Ton. Daniel Wilson. Xingwei Jing. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Teaching English to speakers of other languages education. Nu Win Tu Chan. Dohan Tai. Lam Mai Fong. Na Wen Yung. Na Wen Hien. Louise Crossley. Tan Van Lai. And Grace Larkin. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates from the College of Arts and Education. Chancellor, I call upon the Dean, Graduate Research, Professor Anne-Marie Heed, to present the doctoral candidates.
Chancellor, professional doctoral degrees are conferred on those who have undertaken a combination of advanced coursework and original research resulting in a significant contribution to knowledge in the relevant professional field. The work generally includes a critical review of the literature, a systematic form of inquiry, and the preparation of a thesis reporting the outcomes of the research. Chancellor, I present to you Erwin Shepherd, who by reason of a thesis entitled A Conceptual Framework for Simulation in Healthcare Education has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Education. Simulations are being adopted as a teaching, learning and assessment method in healthcare education, and this is expanding rapidly around the world. Erwin's research identified the need to develop a conceptual framework to inform the design, delivery and evaluation of simulation interventions. His simulation conceptual framework provides the basis for curriculum, program and scenario development, as well as the delivery, assessment and evaluation of simulation activities. This framework has been well received at national and international conferences in the field of simulation education in healthcare. Erwin's principal supervisor was Dr. Trish Burton, and his associate supervisor was Honorary Associate Professor Marg Malik. Chancellor, Dr. Erwin Shepherd. Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy degrees are conferred on those who have completed a major program of original research resulting in a significant new contribution to knowledge in the relevant field. The work generally includes a critical review of the literature, a systematic form of inquiry, and the preparation of a substantial thesis reporting the outcomes of the research.
Chancellor, I present to you Susan Buchan, who by reason of a thesis entitled Muted Voices, Developing Musical Agency in a Victorian Primary School, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Sue explored the development of music agency in a small Victorian primary school. Sue's examiners referred to the powerful way in which she moved between narrative and theory in her documentation and analysis. Her accounts of a regional music festival, which played a central role in the thesis, provide examples of this. Gaps in knowledge, policy and practice in music learning in schools were also highlighted. Susan's principal supervisor was Professor Maureen Ryan, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Joe Williams. Chancellor, Dr. Susan Buchan. Chancellor, I present to you Erin Farrow, who by reason of a thesis entitled Somewhere Between, the Shifting Trends in the Narrative Strategies and the Preoccupations of the Young Adult Realistic Fiction Genre in Australia, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Erin's creative thesis explored the ways that the narrative structures and preoccupations of contemporary Australian young adult realistic fiction novels have shifted, particularly with regard to the portrayal of the main protagonist's self-awareness, the complexity of the subject matter being discussed, and the unresolved nature of the novel's endings. Examiners commended her novel for being engaging, well-structured, thought-provoking, with heartbreakingly real dialogue. During candidature, Erin made a valuable contribution to teaching in the College of Arts and Education at Victoria University. Erin's principal supervisor was Dr. Jennifer Lee, and her associate supervisor was Associate Professor Barbara Brooke. Chancellor, Dr. Erin Farrow. Chancellor, I present to you Jean Hopman, who by reason of a thesis entitled Emotional Work, Applying Reflexivity in Teacher Practice, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The emotional work of teachers is of concern because of teacher attrition and exhaustion. The study reveals how pleasurable and unpleasurable emotions become entangled with teachers' views about their teaching. Jean's examiners judged the thesis to be outstandingly high in an area of need. Jean's research provides a model for teacher professional development that is being uptaken by schools, and her blog, Teacher Story, addresses teacher emotional well-being. Jean's principal supervisor was Professor Pat Drake, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Gwen Gilmore. Chancellor, Dr. Jean Hopman. Chancellor, I present to you Michelle Machado, who by reason of a thesis entitled Anatomy Learning and Retention Among Students in a Graduate Entry Medical Course, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Using a mixed method design, Michelle sought to explore how anatomy knowledge differed between preclinical and clinical students in the Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. How much knowledge was retained from the preclinical years, and what factors accounted for knowledge loss and retention. Michelle's study demonstrated declines in the anatomy knowledge, which present implications for enhancing anatomy curriculum and increasing workplace-based learning opportunities. Michelle's principal supervisor was Honorary Associate Professor Marg Malik, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Catherine Haig. Chancellor, Dr. Michelle Machado. Chancellor, I present to you Sally Osborne, who by reason of a thesis entitled "The Lived Experience of Risk for a Person with a Recent Diagnosis of Dementia, a Humanetic Phenomenological Study," has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Sally's experience in aged care identified overly protective forms of institutional support in the management of risk. This became the catalyst to examine the experience of risk-taking and dementia. Her findings, which have received significant international attention, indicate risk remains an integral part of life, but nevertheless the dignity of risk is sometimes prevented by others, resulting in isolation and distress. Sally's principal supervisor was Honorary Associate Professor Jocelyn Angus. Chancellor, Dr. Sally Osborne. Chancellor, I present to you Lydia Pelosi, who by reason of a thesis entitled "Whispering into Knowing, Teachers as Creative Beings," has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Lydia's research was presented as a creative project, a novel and an exegesis. Her novel interrogated the contemporary landscape of schooling as a data-driven political instrument. It explored the concept of childhood and the impact of creativity in classrooms, reframing the meaning of teacher agency. Lydia's findings highlighted how teachers enact pedagogy to become transformative agents of change in students' lives. Lydia's principal supervisor was Dr. Mark Vickers, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Maria Cacciatolo. Chancellor, Dr. Lydia Pelosi. Chancellor, I present to you Katsama Porn Rakson, who by reason of a thesis entitled "Identifying Mechanisms of Change in Foreign Policy, 4 Cases of Change in Thai Foreign Policy between 1988 and 2011, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Katsama Porn's research makes a valuable contribution to the study of a complex issue, the causes of change in a country's foreign policies. Katsama Porn's research provides valuable insights into Thai foreign policy, a subject matter too often neglected in the academic literature, and of professional interest to policy makers in Southeast Asia. Katsama Porn has already disseminated the findings of her research in scholarly journals. Her principal supervisor were Dr. Edward Locke, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Mark Stevens. Chancellor, Katsama Porn Raksong. Chancellor, I present to you Shana Spittle, who by reason of a thesis entitled "An Examiner of Teacher Confidence and Motivation to Teach Primary School Physical Education," has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Shana's research considered experiential and psychosocial variables that influence the engagement of physical education specialists and generalist primary teachers in the practice of delivering physical education. Responses of the sample of in-service and pre-service teachers supported the psychometric evaluation of the motivation and confidence to teach primary physical education scale. Future use of this scale may serve to foster strategies in teacher education programs to facilitate improved practices in primary school physical education. Shana's principal supervisor was Associate Professor Anthony Watt, and her associate supervisor was Professor Robin Broadbent. Chancellor, Dr. Shana Spittle. Chancellor, I present to you Adam Usher, who by reason of a thesis entitled Creating Teachers as Scholars, meeting the challenges of 21st century globalised education, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Adam's research focused on the apparent disjuncture between current professional learning practice for educators and the form of practice that is necessary to produce purposeful and visible global 21st century learning in classrooms. His research explored the nature and implications of the 21st century global education paradigm and constructed a networked improvement community of practice for teachers across 6 secondary schools in Denmark. Adam is the Manager, Education, School of Health and Education at Melbourne Polytechnic, and Adam's Principal Supervisor was Associate Professor Bill Eckersley. Chancellor, Dr. Adam Usher. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of doctoral candidates.
Thank you, Professor Heed. I now invite Zinab Tawalde to speak on behalf of the graduates. Zinab graduated today with the Bachelor of Youth Work and achieved a grade point average of 6.1. Zinab was a delegate at the 8th University Scholars Leadership Symposium at the United Nations in Thailand, where she participated in a leadership symposium on how to achieve the UN's Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Zinab is active in the community and volunteers with organisations that support vulnerable young people. She is a mentor with the Survive and Thrive program, where she supports young people with literacy and business development skills. She also volunteers at the Flemington and Kensington Community Legal Centre as peer advocate and facilitates workshops focused on educating young people about their legal rights. Would you all please welcome Zinab?
Chancellor, thank you for the introduction. Before I commence, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we are meeting on today and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and future, and any who may be here with us today. I would also like to acknowledge the Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, academic and teaching staff, fellow graduates, and family and friends. I am delighted and honoured to address you on behalf of today's graduates. We all came to Victoria University 2, 3, or 4 years ago with different backgrounds, different life experiences, and our own unique motivations for pursuing a university education. Personally, I decided to study because I wanted to make my family proud. Growing up in an Ethiopian household, education was always emphasized as a solution to all our problems, the only way forward into a prosperous future far away from our parents' poverty-stricken upbringing. And although our motivations were all different, our experiences here at VU has been transformative and life-changing. Here, we were encouraged to think outside the box and taught to become critical thinkers, and we were given all the tools to be successful in our chosen professions and career paths. My experience at VU has been something beyond my wildest expectation. My initial goal was simply to complete my degree with at least a credit average, but I never anticipated the passion that would be ignited in my studies. The only way to do great work is to love what you do, said Steve Jobs. And I definitely loved the content that I was learning. With each unit, my passion and dedication, the social change increased, which reflected in my academic results. My highlights of Victoria University include working for Victoria University, being one of the co-founders of Afro Society, attending the United Nations Leadership Symposium in Thailand. And attending the symposium as a delegate was an incredible experience. I developed a deeper insight into the humanitarian issues that affect our world. I had the privilege to work on a rice farm for a day and plant traditional medicine, and see that to be happy is not to be rich, but to be content with what you have. I learned about climate change, inadequate education in developing nations, gender inequality, and heard stories about inhuman acts inflicted on children all around the world. Also, I learned how privileged I am simply because of the passport I hold. But more importantly, I was inspired by the 900 plus like-minded delegates who had defied the odds and fought against injustice. I left the symposium not only making lifelong friends, but having faith and confidence that this generation is equipped and powerful enough to instigate change and truly make the world more sustainable and peaceful. I strived for a degree and got much more out of my experience. I never thought I'd be standing here today, having attended the United Nations, accepted into my postgrad study, and secured a job in my profession. And for that, I would like to extend my absolute gratitude to every single academic and teaching staff who have had the privilege to be taught by. Thank you for supporting me and providing me with the resources and platform to learn. If not for your critical feedback, I would not have had the courage to apply for my postgrad study, and for that I thank you. But more importantly, thanks for instilling in me a tremendous desire to be an agent of change and truly make the world a better place. I would also like to take this occasion to thank my family. My family back home and here, thank you for always supporting me and for your continued support. But more importantly, my aunt Goai, the woman who courageously decided to leave Ethiopia at the age of 12 so that our family can have a better chance at life. I am extremely grateful for you, for your commitment and hard work, which have not gone unrecognized. My aunt Kidan, I am who I am today because of you. You raised me like your own child. You taught me to be outspoken, courageous, and unapologetic for having my opinions. Thank you. And finally, to the most loving, wise, inspirational person, to my second father, the person who's raised me since I was 10, Desalegn, your contribution to my success does not go unrecognized. If not for your wisdom, support, and belief in me, I would not be among the graduates today. My only hope is that I have lived up to your highest expectation and can continue to do so. Graduates, it is customary when giving a valedictorian speech to use a quote from a heroic figure and live inspired. Unfortunately, I do not have such quotes, but I do have an advice that I've heard from my elders numerous times, and that is, do not measure success by wealth or status, but rather your physical, emotional, mental, and social health and level of happiness. If you are happy and healthy, you can truly be successful. Graduates, today, we stand before each other having accomplished the one goal that unites us. Although you might not obtain a graduate program or employment immediately, you might even decide to completely shift your entire career path. Whatever happens, try to not associate unexpected outcomes with failure. Try to focus more on your health and practicing contentment. In due time, all your hard work will be recognized. Congratulations on getting this far. As graduates of Victoria University, we have all the skills and knowledge to make our contribution to society. Let's go out there and achieve everything we are capable of. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zinab, for speaking on behalf of all the graduates here today. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Peter Dawkins, AO, to read the charge to our new graduates.
Chancellor, can I ask all of the new graduates to stand, please? I charge you as graduates of Victoria University to uphold our commitment to excellence in the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities in your chosen occupations and industries and in your further studies. To engagement by the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities for the benefit of local and global communities. And access, along with equity and respect by the way you connect with people from diverse countries, cultures, socioeconomic and educational backgrounds. Let it be known that you are now a graduate of Victoria University, defined by a commitment to excellence, engagement and access in everything you do. I charge you to make a difference to the world by modelling these values and behaviours and by being courageous in the way you play your part in solving problems in your work and in the broader community. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. I would now like to invite our Chancellor, Mr. George Pappas, AO, to speak. Thank you, George.
Thank you again, Susan. Well, we're getting towards the end of our ceremony, and can I congratulate everyone here for your joyous celebrations. You did follow my advice, and I know that graduation ceremonies are the end of some very serious business. Your studies were rigorous. A lot of you most of you worked very, very hard to get through, and you've celebrated well today. And because you've celebrated so well, I'm very happy to invite everyone back to further graduation ceremonies, should you get the chance. So now the graduates, of course, have done very complicated things. They've stood up and turned around. Now I'm going to ask all you graduates to stay in your places, remain seated. But I want everybody else to stand up, please. Friends, family, everybody else, stand up. This is yet another opportunity for you to celebrate and give our graduates a hearty round of applause to say congratulations for what you've done. Thank you.
Chancellor, that brings to a close the formal proceedings of this graduation ceremony. And on behalf of the Chancellor, I extend an invitation to all graduates and guests to join him and the university procession in the view on level 4 for refreshments. For safety reasons, I ask guests to remain in their places until the university procession and the new graduates have left the atrium. Guests will then be invited to leave once the procession and all graduates have departed. Now, would everyone please stand?
sing.